Hi Boss Beauties, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, I am so glad that you joined the community. I'm just happy to be here. I think I mentioned in my last video that I've been in 2 accidents, and before the accident, the day of, and a few times afterwards, I have been testing out this new foundation, and you can tell by the description, it is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-hour hydrating foundation. It claims that it lasts 15 hours. I have it on my computer screen in the back, and I also have lots of notes on my tablet. So I will tell you the claims. I will tell you how I've worn it, the tips that I suggest you follow compared to what Smashbox says. But here we go. There are 22 shades. They have them split out on the website by dark, light, medium, and fair. So instantly I'm dork. And then you can automatically see there are 6 dark shades. The dark shades start with shade 4, which is golden tan. I am shade 4.05. So there you go in terms of where does dark start. So it's just one above me, which is golden tan. I am neutral tan. And then there are 4 shades after me. I will say that this is shade 4.15. I purchased the wrong shade, but I did go back and get tested at Sephora. I got an ample sample size, and that's what I'm wearing today. I also called Smashbox this morning to get this exchanged out. So if you want to know what shade 4.15 looks like, this is what it looks like compared to my skin tone. As you can see, the underside of my arm is closer to my face, so I will show you here. It was the wrong shade, to say the least. There are big jumps in the dark shade, so I want you guys to know that. Well, there are 6 light shades, 5 medium shades, and also 5 fair shades, starting with shade 0.5. So there you go. That's how they split it up. I think they did a great job of trying to have an even number of shades, not trying to say they're more fair, medium, dark, or light shades for us all. Okay, so here we go. 22 shades. It claims to be color true and exercise resistant and transfer proof. It says that you will look good in any lighting because they, Smashbox is actually a studio. It's not just a cosmetics company. And so this studio decided to create a cosmetics company for those who would come to the studio and get their pictures taken, and the models and everyone. So this is a true professional brand, and that's who they created it for. I'll come back to that in a second, and I'll let you know why that is super important. It claims to be medium to full buildable coverage, oil-free hydrating formula, sweat and humidity resistant. It says it has a natural finish and will last for 15 hours. It's also cruelty-free if that is important to you. So on the Smashbox.com website, most of the comments that were not positive were related to the formula changing from the HD formula. Now, I never tried that previous formula, but I do want to make a note of that. If you used to use the Smashbox HD foundation, this is not the same. This is what they created to replace it. And 2 tips they leave on the site. 1, for a sheer coverage warm between your fingers and then apply to the face. Or 2, mix in drops of face oil for a dewy glow. I wore this foundation to work, to play, to church, And I'm also wearing it today, as I mentioned, in the shade 4.05. I do feel like this is a perfect shade for me. I will insert pictures either now or at the end of the video, however the editing goes for this, so that you can see how I look with bare skin, how I looked in this shade, and then how I looked when I was wearing this shade, which is 4.15, which is so dark. I did do natural light out on the patio as well as inside, and then with a flash. So lots of tips for you guys. I will say this. Is it blendable? Yes. My tip on blending it though is I have used my fingers and I have used 3 different brushes. Preferred method is with this Real Techniques brush. So if you have this brush, I say this is a perfect brush. Why is it perfect? It allows the product to get right on the skin without it soaking up so much product, but also without it spreading the product too much. So you don't, what I would suggest you do and how you apply this, dispense however much you want. Don't count the pumps. A little product comes out when you pump it. The pump does come with this. You don't have to purchase it separately. Small amounts of product comes out when you dispense it. So you will be up there in pumps. Like, just start off with 4 pumps from the jump and build from there. So I would just put my brush in it and I would just sit the product on my face. I would just stamp it in. I did not go in circles. That's what I would do with the optical bluing brush. I would, I always want to go in little small circles. I felt doing that sheared the product out and gave me the least amount of coverage. This is a sheer foundation naturally. When it says you warm it up and it'll be sheer, you don't have to do that. I don't know why they put that on there. This is sheer. If you're one of those people that likes the no makeup look, if you like your freckles to show, if you're okay with some of your hyperpigmentation, your scars, showing, you want it really to look like skin, this is the foundation for you. If you want to be beat to the gods all the time, every day, you will not like this, because you will keep building and building and building, but you will never get that full coverage. Let me show you what I mean. I don't even know how much I used today. I just poured out the sample I got from Sephora and I just kept building. I do believe a great tip is to just put it in and start here and blend out. I did not use any under eye concealer. I used nothing on my face. I have no powder on my face either. I only use my Smashbox primer water after putting this foundation on to set it. I did not use a powder. So I just put this on like this. I didn't blend it out. And then I would take like a piece of mail and I would just fan my face. And I would let it dry. It is sticky. If you go and you try to touch your face after it, applying it, it's gonna be sticky. You see my hyperpigmentation, which is lightening up. It shows through. It peeks through. And it's going to stay that way. No matter how much of this I used, my hyperpigmentation showed through. So what I suggest, if you want to be beat to the gods with this, I would say apply concealer first or color correct first. Remember, this is for a studio. This is for models. These are for people taking professional shots. I mean, they use the Smashbox Studio for photographs in Vogue and Elle and lots of magazines that are in production and publication. And so they do all the steps. We are just regular consumers. Most of the time we just want to put our foundation on and it be full coverage. This is not like that. This is for those who are going to take all those steps. If you want a flawless face, you're going to color correct with a thin layer, and then you're going to put your concealer on with a thin layer, and then you'll go in with this and you will build it up slowly. That's how you're going to get full coverage. I love it though. I will say the other claims that it has a natural finish. Yes, you can see today, I think it's a very natural finish. I still look like myself. You can still see my skin, but it just looks really good. And when you take pictures in this, I will show again some pictures that I took. You just look flawless, and I really do love it. I will say the golden shades are very golden. These are for people who are very, very yellow, and even more golden than this. It was yellow fellow. And then when it says warm, equate that to red. That's how it looked. You could see this shade is 4.15, and this is called dark warm brown, which is an accurate shade name. But when it says warm, honey, it's warm. Oh my goodness, it is so dark and so red. So just know that in advance. Any other claims? No, I will say this is a go for me. I really liked it. And if it was not a go, I would have just returned it instead of getting my correct shade. But I plan on using this for a very long time. I really do love it. I love that it comes with a pump, but don't count the pumps again, because you gonna be counting kind of high. I have used up to 8 to 9 pumps of this. My face didn't look like it. It looked very natural, but yeah, 8 to 9 pumps on this. So I will say, give it a try. If you use it and you like it or you don't like it, leave your comments below. If you have used it and have some tips, hey, share them with me so that I could get the best coverage. But I'll come even closer. Again, I have natural light right behind me, so you can see what it looks like on real skin, no filter. This is real skin. Real skin has texture. Alrighty, guys. Until next time, have a great day. Be blessed. Bye.